afternoon. My name is Alena Shautsova. I'm an employment attorney from New York. I have helped many clients to get recovery in connection with their discrimination, employment discrimination claims based on race discrimination, sex discrimination, sexual harassment, national origin, disability, age, and some other grounds that are protected under federal and New York State law. In this video, I would like to give you an idea as to what lawyers and judges take into consideration when they decide as to how much your case may be worth. And this usually a good number. From my experience, jurors also arrive kind of to the same number when you have a trial, if you have to take your case to trial. So let's talk about what types of damages a person may recover if he or she has a discrimination case. Well, first of all, of course, before you even get to this point, you need to take many different factors into consideration when you are considering suing your employer. For example, the size of your employer, how long it has been in business, is it going to go out of business if you're going to sue them, right? That's a consideration. Some employers may file for bankruptcy, or they may just shut their doors. You know, if you cannot recover the money, even if the court rules in your favor, what good will it do to you, right? That piece of paper. However, there are some other considerations, of course, that are hopefully positive ones that will come into play, positive on your side. For example, how long you've been working for the company, what experience you have, if you filed lawsuits against other employers previously. There are a lot of different factors that lawyers usually take into consideration, not just your lawyer, but the other side lawyer as well. They will do, trust me, they will do good research about you to see what they can use against you. But let's talk about damages now specifically. How lawyers come up with these numbers, what they get these numbers for settlements and the numbers that they use when they evaluate your case. Well, first of all, it's lost wages, okay? Lost wages as to how much money you were making, what was your salary, or whatever income you were deriving, if it was not salaried, hourly income, how much money you lost because you were discriminated. Failure to promote, hard cases to win, but it's possible. Difference in pay, right? Maybe you were unjustly disciplined and you lost some income. Maybe you were deprived of some other benefits that can be ascertained in money numbers, right? In some specific numbers. Lost wages. Then sometimes, even though not always, it's hard to receive that, but you can aim for it. Future earnings. Money that you would have made if you stayed with the company in case of termination, right? Future earnings. Also, usually it's a quite specific number, even though here we're going to take into consideration how long you would have stayed in the workforce, okay? This particular type of damages may be relevant for age discrimination cases. When somebody is terminated due to their age and the person says, listen, I would have worked until I was, I'm going to be 88, right? Something like that. So future earnings, emotional distress damages. This is one of the most, I would say, stretchable category, okay? From several $1,000s up to sometimes you can hear millions of dollars, right? Of emotional distress. I have to disappoint you though, because in practice, in federal courts, there are already some precedents as to what type of emotional distress, how much this or that type of emotional distress may be worth. In fact, there was a survey done by, I believe, New York State Bar Association section, that one of the sections of the New York State Bar Associations that came up with a pretty specific numbers as to the average amount people may recover in a discrimination lawsuit in Eastern District and Southern Districts of New York. Of course, it's average, and facts of each case may very well increase or decrease the average number. But lawyers have a pretty good idea, even though this idea may change as the lawsuit progresses, okay? Usually the number of the damages a person can recover, it's not a set number, because depending on what the other side may present, depending on other developments in your case, this number can go up or it can go down. Emotional distress damages usually will be higher in cases where a person sought medical attention, mental health professionals, or sometimes even medical treatment in connection with some physical manifestation of your distress. So medical records are usually very, very helpful if we're talking about estimating emotional distress number. But the largest amount of damages usually is awarded when your case qualifies for something called punitive damages. It's the damages that may be obtained in cases of particular terrible and shocking conduct on behalf of your employer. And in this situation, we're talking not just about thousands of dollars, we're talking about percentage of profits that your employer received, okay? It's hard to receive, but possible, okay? So if I had to estimate, usually, if a person comes to me and say, well, how much money are we talking about? I would have to ask so many questions, that many questions, to see where we stand, where the person stands, if a person can prove that he or she mitigated the damages. Remember that lack of mitigation of damages, that is when you are sitting and not looking for a new job, right? That's usually lack of mitigation of the damages. Maybe a complete defense to your employment discrimination claim. It's very important to remember that, okay? Because it's not hard enough that you were fired. Now you have to immediately start looking for a job and keep very detailed records of that. It's very important for successful discrimination claim. All right. So I hope this video is helpful. And if you have questions about how much your case may be worth, please give us a call. 917-885-2261. Thank you.